Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Marvel Legends review. This time I got the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 3-pack. I do not actually know the retail price of this set, but I actually got mine for $90 at GalaxyCon. It says 100, but the seller gave me 10 bucks off. I didn't do a GalaxyCon haul video because I only got two things. So, didn't get to meet the actors I wanted to, but I got to meet Kiefer Sutherland. He was pretty cool. Um, Other than that, I had fun cosplaying. Some of you may have saw me there, but I was Tiger Force Outback. So if anyone took pictures and you see me in there, it's pretty easy to spot me. But anyway, this 3-pack, I wasn't actually looking for it, but then I saw it and I'm like, oh hey, that's not a bad price. 90 bucks. I'm gonna buy it, and I did, and here it is. I it wasn't something on my radar, but people have said that this is like the best comic book Spider-Man they've made, even though technically it's based on a TV show from the 70s, 80s. I think it was 80s, but anyway, I think this came out in 2021. It's got that there on the top. On the bottom, I'm trying to see the year. Where's the year? It's on here somewhere. Where's the year? Come on, where is it? Well, that's lame. Doesn't say the year. Interestingly, though, it does say it includes 3 figures and 13 accessories. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and check out those figures. Here's the rest of the box if you're so inclined. Turn it upside down. Don't have a lot of room here, but there you go. And the accessories. I show you the barcode, but what's the point? Also, they have a shot of Spider-Man doing the thing from the intro there. So I thought that was pretty cool on the sides of the box. So figures-wise, we have Firestar and Miss Lion. We have Spider-Man, of course, and we have Iceman. I think all of these figures are reusing parts. I think that Firestar has the most new stuff, but like I said, I don't collect too many Marvel Legends. I bought a lot this year, don't get me wrong, but correct me in the comments. But where should I start? I guess we'll start with Miss Lion, since I don't have to take her out of a pose, but yeah, it's a dog. It's kind of cute looking. I forgot to bring down my Lightning Collection cat, Catherine the cat, but cute little Shih Tzu, right? Something like that. Prairie dog? I got no clue, but it's a dog. And then Firestar does come with an alternate head as well. I do like this one, but it does limit the articulation of the head because she has that popped collar. The rubber gets in the way of the hair here, and she can't really turn without messing up that collar piece. But this head has better paint job than the one that's on the figure, which we will take a look at. But, it's a good-looking female face. Sometimes I find they have trouble doing female faces, but that one looks good. She does come with a pair of fisted hands. These feel tiny. Like sometimes McFarlane makes hands these big, but at least these ones are to scale. And then she comes with the two kind of like Spider-Man crawler hands instead of like the standard Marvel Legends female open hands. She also has 2 different fire flame effect pieces, which she can just, put on like so. I'm trying to get that one around her arm. Doesn't want to go back. There we go. Something like that. We'll take a look at the figure more in depth later. Iceman here, he comes with 2 fisted hands, 1 for each hand, and they are differently cel shaded. This one is by his thumb, and then he comes with this one, which is also by his thumb for his right hand, and he does have that on the opposite side too. You can kind of see how it lines up with that if you're inclined. And he does come with an ice base, which I'll go ahead and take that off so you can see how it attaches. Looks pretty good. It was kind of hard getting him in here on that pose, but when I actually pose the figure on the shelf, he'll probably be without it just because I don't have a room. I really need to get a new shelf. The solution is not to get less figures or sell them off. It's to get a bigger shelf. And of course we have Spider-Man here, which is a complete reuse of Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. He comes with 2 whippers, 2 grippers, and 2 fisted hands. I did not bring down that figure for comparison. They're the exact same. The color reds This one's a little bit brighter, but otherwise same figure, different paint job. And this set does not include the Hasbro Pulse stand. I just included it because I wanted to show off the articulation on this guy, which is excellent. You know, I said it in that video when I got that figure, but this is a really well poseable Spider-Man figure. You can do a lot with this body mold, and I'm not going to go too in depth with it just because I've done that already on the Amazing Fantasy video if you haven't seen that. But exact same figure, exact same proportions, body mold. Really here, I just want to take a look at the paint. I did not notice any major issues on this figure. It looks pretty pristine, good. Some lines are a little thicker here and there, but that one is a little off center, but I can live with that. That's not a big deal. But yeah, looks good. I got no complaints on this guy. Boots look good too. There's the back. I don't mind it. Yeah, I can't complain about this Spider-Man figure. I will say though, the reds of the head and the body don't match up all that well, but yeah, he's a good looking Spider-Man. Doesn't have the drop down hinges. I'll briefly go over articulation. He can do a T. He's got the forward and the back. He's got enough range of movement in the head, up and down. The hinge ball is my preferred Spider-Man articulation. Same thing with this, with the hinge at the bottom and then the twist at the top. I much prefer that. He does not have drop-down hinges, but he can very easily get his leg into some wacky poses, so no complaints there. Of course, you got that. Kick his own ass and touch his own shoulder. If I can get that upper one to move. He can touch his own shoulder with his thumb there. But good figure. Can't complain with that Spider-Man. Is it my favorite though? We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna put him next to the Renew Your Vows body, or the retro card rather. Next up, we got Firestar here. Now, I actually do have a quality control issue with this figure. I got two of the same thigh piece. Hold on, or hip piece, I guess. It's a hip piece. But if you notice the curvature of it, you see this is like a straight line and then it curves down. Well, same thing over here. It's a straight line and then it curves down. So I got two of the same hip piece. I could contact Hasbro about that, but they'll probably send me just some random ass figure that I don't really need. So if you think I should contact Hasbro about this hip, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stick with this. Here's the other head sculpt here. It's hard to tell in person, it's more visible, but this eye is printed closer to the nose than it should be. It's just a little bit off and it looks a little weird. But I do like this head sculpt, and if you want to compare it to the other one, here you go. This one has the points, kind of reminds me of Jean Grey. This one has the 4 points on the sides of the mask there. But good looking head sculpt. I got no problem with it. And the hair coming out's a nice touch. And she's got plenty of range of movement here. She does have the hinge ball. I do worry about moving it though, because it looks like it could break. But she can get down and up a decent amount. So you can get her into some pretty good flight poses with this head. But looking up is going to be the challenge. Looking down, not so much. She's touching her chin to her chest there. Let's see. She does not have butterfly joints, which does suck, but she does have the double jointed elbows, pinless. But oh, that does not want to move. Let's try the other one. Okay, that one's fine. Yeah, so good range of movement in there. I really do like the red going into the orange and then the yellow. That was done very well. It's very crisp, very clean. There's no splotching or missing paint there that I can notice. Maybe in here, but it's not something I noticed right off the bat if it was there. Wonder why that's stuck. I'm not going to force it. And of course she has those hands so she can, splay them out if she wants to, or you can use the fisted hands if you don't want to have her using her powers. I actually forgot to grab my Firestar figure from the Daily Bugle set, the Lego one that is. She has no midsection articulation. They give her all this ass, but she can't move it. It's just like, what the hell? Like, give me something in here, Like, I get that they use, tooling costs a lot of money, but like, no one wants this, just a solid piece of plastic that you can't do nothing with. But she does get enough movement in here, which is fine. And then leg-wise, she can do the splits, not great though. And then with the proper leg, she can get a full kick. With the improper leg, she can also get a full kick, but it's slightly to the side, hard to see there. She's got the thigh swivel there. This one's really, I wouldn't say it's loose, but like it's very easy to move. And then the double jointed knee, let's take a look at that. Not too bad. And then the ankle goes forward and back. Not too bad. Can't complain on that either. But decent looking figure. I would put the other head on, but I don't want to mess up this popped collar. And she does have a hole in her back. Not sure why. It's just there. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know if it's a reused piece or not. I'm guessing it's not, because this is normally how Marvel Legends used to do their joints here. Now, I do want to point out that on camera, he's looking a little bit more blue. He's actually more white in person. If I put that in front, you can kind of see what I mean. He's closer to this background than he is closer to this one. But the purple kind of enhances the more blue colors on him. But he's more of a sandy blue, closer to like a white. And this figure annoys me a bit. While I do like the head sculpt, his eyes are the wrong color. And yes, I know I can paint those yellow myself, but it should have been yellow. It's just like I don't want to have to, paint figures for them to be accurate to the source material. They charge you what, like $75, $100 on the aftermarket, and they just can't get it right. Although I will say I do like the cell shading on this figure. It's well done, I feel. I know some people didn't really like it, but I do quite like it. I think it's, yeah, his is on the inside there. If I can twist that. There you go. You can see what I mean there. And this does reuse, I think, the Pizza Spidey body mold. So, it's kind of weird having these two next to each other when, this used to be the old Spider-Man mold. I used to not like this mold, but the more I've messed around and played with it, I've grown to appreciate it more, but I'm still not a big fan of it. Mainly it has to do with the size of the torso. It's just, it doesn't, like, look at this, he's not muscly, but like you can see there's a size that's just very off here. I don't know if this torso is too tall or if this torso is too skinny, but it's definitely too flat. Like, look at that. Like he has definition, but he doesn't have the proper size. I don't get it. It just looks weird. Ugh, yucky. But anyway, other than the paint here, there's really not much to see. So let's go over articulation. He has probably the best amount of head movement in this entire set. Like, this is what I would want in a Marvel Legends figure. It looks good, feels fun to move. You can kind of see on this side, the elbow joint should be more like this, but it's leaning inward, so I'll move this one instead. It's because like the joints are just a little gummy. He could touch his own shoulder if he wanted to. You got the swivel there. Oop, that doesn't look good. It's bending backwards a little too much there. Yikes. And then he does have butterfly joints. They don't move too much though. Like, front's good, but back, there's like no back. She got back, but he got no back. You know what I'm saying? Ab crunch wise, crunch is okay, but the back, ugh, what's going on there? It's like a big hole in his chest, and they didn't even texture it, so it looked like muscle. It's just weird. And then they got the swivel there, 360 swivel. Does look weird if you have it like that though. Like, what are you saying to me? Let's see. I guess we can go down in the hips here. He cannot do the splits to save his life. He could do like a wipeout pose. If you ever seen the game show Wipeout, missed that show. Wish it would come, or not Wipeout. I'm not thinking of Wipeout. I'm thinking of I guess it's a wipeout pose, but what? It was on Cartoon Network for a time. Hole in the Wall. That's it. The legs here, I've had trouble with these legs because, like, if I articulate them too much, they bend forward like a deer, and then that's that. But so you kind of have to bend one of these sections to get him to stand more properly. See, legs here, he can kick his own ass easily. Don't see that too often in these reviews. And he's got a pivot and a hinge here, but no swivel, which, yeah, kind of sucks. And let's see, when was this figure mold made? I'm trying to see the date on the bottom here. I'll look at it with my own eyes. I'm pretty sure it says it. There it is. It's on this foot. Yeah, 2013. This mold, I think at the time, was like 8 or 9 years old, because I think this came out in 2021 or 2, which is crazy to me to think that they reused that from over a decade ago. Yikes. Because these two are pretty much new figures. But, you know, as much issues as I have with this set, I cannot deny that they all look really good next to each other. I mean, just this shot right here is really good. I don't know why my background looks more blue, but there you go. These three look great together. I can't complain at all. But anyway, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. So Firestar with her flowy head, I'm going to call it, is about 6 1/4. Spider-Man is exactly 6 inches, and Iceman is about 6 1/4 as well. Not too many comparisons we're going to do, but I'm going to move these two to the side real quick so that I can see what he looks like next to my favorite Spider-Man figure, the Retro Card 2020 Spider-Man. This is tough. Hold on. Just so I can better look at their blue colors, let's do this. You know, as much as I love that 2020 Retro Card, I love that figure. This Amazing Friends one is really growing on me. I like the colors. They're nice and bright, whereas the 2020 Retro Card is darker. I do prefer that red on that figure, but I think I prefer the blue on the Amazing Friends figure a little bit more. Articulation-wise, they're about the same, but I don't know. It's you know what? I'm gonna do a head swap between these two. I gotta find this out. Oof, that did not want to come off. I always hate when I take that head off of that body. Oh, I think the head's a little too big, but and the colors are off, but honestly, I'm kind of liking that. If the head was just a little bit smaller, I think this would work really well. And let me see if I can do the opposite. You know, the opposite, the head is too small, but honestly, it doesn't look that bad. I don't mind that. But yeah, this Spider-Man, it's kind of growing on me, and I might have to admit it's my favorite between these two. But I think for now, I'm going to keep 2020 Retro Card with my Avengers, just because I think it looks better. And his pose is all messed up now. Oh well. I like to have him in the pose that he's like walking forward a little bit. And the only other Spider-Man Peter Parker that I brought down was the Final Swing Spidey, just to give you an idea on the colors between them two. I would say the colors would probably match between those two better than the Retro Card. And the spider lines are similar too, so you could probably get away with that. The only difference really is the texture. You know, I've seen a lot of people say that these are like the 3 best Spider-Man figures they've ever made. Although I know a lot of people like the... And when I say this one, I mean the Renew Your Vows one. But I've always preferred this head sculpt. I think the head sculpt's what really sells it for me. Because these two head sculpts look good. This one's based on the movie, but... Man, it's tough. Like, man, that's tough. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. We got Iceman. Let's see Hydro Man. Water and ice together. He's crouching forward a little bit, but I like that. And then one of the best female figures that they've ever released here is Black Widow, who actually has ab articulation. Yeah, looks pretty good. And you know what? I'm going to end the video here. I'm not going to show him off next to the usual suspects here. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this 3-pack. Did you experience any QC issues with the figures? Should they have used a different body mold for Iceman? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.